Okay, we've just traded 82.75, the high that we made just before, a few minutes before the number, and tossed us into this congestion area. No action on that number yet on 75, up at 75, so it's really kind of a double top, quote unquote, in number only. And I guess if you include the 7 o'clock high too, it's really just a tick above that 74 high at around 7 that we made. I'm not that comfortable with playing this. Oh, there we go, 82.77. Prior to the pits open, I you know, when we don't see the locals playing also, I don't know if we're going to get much in the way of volume coming in here, and we have not. We've got a tick new high here. Traded up to 82, see, 76, 77, and 75 should be our support now. We should go on up from here. I don't know, maybe we should be in this. I'm not sure. And when I'm not sure, I tend to I tend to err on the side of what I presume is caution. In this instance, you know, slightly higher. We've been going sideways now, though, off of this decline from the overnight high. A very strong sell-off earlier today, and this is sideways movement here, and this is a breakout above the you know, the 74, 75 area, but I don't know, it's, we don't really seem to have any volume in place for it. But that volume could show up at any moment. We are close enough to the open that I gotta think that New York locals are paying attention to the high here that we've just made. 78 up to 78. Okay, right. Well, so there we go. Oh wait, whoa! What was that? We just slammed lower. Yeah, somebody just sold this thing off. Look, we just made it up to 72, 75. That breakout has failed, and we're all the way back down into the 60s, upper 60s. 66 is the spot that I was looking at, and we traded 67. We need to be getting short here. We need to find a spot to get short on. It's gotta be. I think it's gotta be. Below 65. Let's see what happens when we get down to that level. If we can find a spot to sell a unit, 66 is sort of the fulcrum point that I was seeing earlier. There we go, 65. Okay, 64, 82.64. Sell a unit at 82.64 and a stop to enter for 1 unit short. We should see a move. I think at least down to the low 82.50s, between 50 and 55, you know, half and double, so to speak. 82 half to 82 double, an old S&P speak. And really, though, I think though that's just the first step. We ought to make it all the way down to the bottom of this congestion area, down to the 82.35 to 82.40 area, because bear in mind we've been going sideways off the sell-off from earlier this morning, and we just made a higher high and failed to follow through, and there was zero volume up there, relatively speaking, you know, a 10 lot, a 15 lot, whatever, and we are filled. Okay, get a stop in above at 79, 82.79, protective buy stop for 1 unit, and let's pay attention here because look at that, tick, 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 tick down, no uptick. And there's our volume coming into this trade. So, let's see. We haven't made it to a new low yet beneath the lows that we jumped above. to get up to 75. When we get down to the 82.5 area, or rather double, 82, 83, I guess specifically, we want to see how it looks down there to possibly add another unit, to add a second unit down there. I think that if we can get a second unit in there, in that area, that's what we're aiming for here. And wow, 84, 83, 50, pardon me, 82.53. We don't really want to sell 53. Oops, lower. Okay, get a unit in at 82.5. Sell second unit at 82.5. Want to sell second unit at 82.5. That's enough below the those few ticks. We got good spacing in this. Bring your initial stop down to break even. So your first unit stop is down to, better yet, yeah, break even's fine. We can go on up and get fished on this if we bounce halfway up on this. We probably should have, it probably should have been up around 70, but go ahead and leave it there at 64. And when we're filled on the second unit, okay, bump your stop up to the second unit, and okay, we need to get down to the 82.35 to 82.40 area for this move to consider a third unit. Now, I don't know if we make it down that far. Hopefully so. So let's give this lots of room. My thinking here is that with this failed breakout above this congestion range that this market's been in for what, about an hour, there's a good chance that we could go into another move lower. It's gone sideways for an hour after a pretty big sell-off from the overnight high, and this 35 to 40 area is where the move stopped, and we congested sideways for an hour, and we seem to have some good structure on this break from that failed breakout, so that if we go into another move lower here, it could be substantial. If we can get below this, like I said, this 35 to 40 area, and we have traded down here now to 40, and stopped and bounced, and let's see. Well, that could be all she wrote. Tell you what, bring your stop to break even. That may get fished there, but at least we're not getting hooked into any cash for a break even. When the floor opens, I guess we could see this thing roaring back higher again, or busting loose. I don't know. But we've got two units in place. We've got a break-even stop. Oh, we just made a lower. We just dropped down lower here. We're still though. This is the 82.35 to 40 area, and it's still support. Well, having said that, looks like we're going lower from here. Where to add to this? Get a third unit on? Well, I don't know. Maybe we don't get a third unit in place. could lay one on below this low. You know, my thinking is that if we break through this, we want to give it a lot of room to fluctuate around with, because we may have some real volatility on stops. We're picking up a bit of volume since we've gotten down here, but I can't tell. To be perfectly honest, I don't know if we should be putting a third unit in place here below this